I have actually nothing to talk about. I worked on like the most boring shit today. Like literally nothing. There's nothing exciting, no interesting problems. I mean, it works again, which is kind of news because it wasn't working before. Except this is no, this is it working. I thought it was broken for a second because I wasn't moving. Yeah, okay, this is connected to the server. You'll see the flags are back. That stuff works. I noticed that on the rocket launcher, let me pull up my hacked client. Get that beautiful working hue shift on the player sprite. So anyways, we've got a green rocket right here and it's targeting that space debris. Um, so what was happening was as like the spaceship that the rocket launcher was on was spinning, you'll notice it's kind of like gimbal locked to the right direction. It now, oh shit, I just it's kind of cool. I kind of like how it worked out. I really want to try like big carrier fights with it or like fighter ship fights with the missile launcher. That'll come when I tune the world settings a bunch and make the suns move a lot slower and everything won't be so far apart. Gameplay will be faster paced with a beautiful purple cloaking device. Yeah, I really want to work on the netcode. I think that's what I'm going to do next, really drill down on the netcode issues because I think it was the source of the weird crash bug where the player was like inside of an explosion as a seat and it was just crashing. But yeah, I've got a few more things done on this like a laundry list of interesting stuff. I was actually pretty fearful of doing the work today because I was like, it's going to be so weird in memory because the game was completely broken yesterday. But then I just had a thought, like I just changed my approach. Instead of editing the drawing library to be double precision, I just didn't do that and didn't mess with the rendering. I undid those changes. So yeah, if there's an interesting, fun lesson to learn in today's funky devlog, it's to push through your fears of refactoring and don't be afraid to delete work you've done. Dude, I have like actually nothing. This is the most boring devlog. See, that in and of itself is kind of exceptional and exciting. The most boring devlog. The most boring one. Like think about it. Think about it. Here's a normal distribution, right? So if you guys don't know what this is, I'm not going to explain it. You suck. Right at the top of the normal distribution is what's most common. Um, so we go here, and then they call these percentiles, the little creatures with the like the funny knowledge. Um, I'm just going to use IQ, even though it's controversial, because it's the only one that I like know. So this is like zero IQ is not technically possible because of the 0% chance, but whatever. And then I don't know, this is 160, and then this is like Einstein, and then like I don't even know is this is like 20. I don't want to explain IQ, but you know what I mean, where it's like shit on the right. It's like the area under the curve is like how many people exist in the population that are above IQ 160. That's what I'm trying to say. And right at the top here is IQ 100. It's most common. 50% of the people are that thing, right? I want you to imagine for a moment a normal distribution like that, right? It looks something like this, and it's just like how crazy you are, right? Crazy clown might be like over here or something like that, right? And then maybe over here is like Wiz Khalifa. So these are just both like very rare exceptions, right? And then maybe over here or something, you've got like your average NASA engineer, right? It's still like uncommon, but it's not that crazy. You know what I mean? It's like there's some NASA engineers or whatever, right? But it's uncommon, but there's some, right? So as we like approach this like distribution of like types of people, right? Like maybe over here, which is pretty common, you have like there's like a dentist, right? Like there's a lot of dentists. This is pretty common. It's not exactly the most common though. And here's what I'm getting at. At the tippy top of this distribution of people, all the way at the top, the king of this distribution is the most normal person ever. Just think about that for a moment. This guy exists somewhere, right? The most normal person to ever exist. And somehow I think that that's like significant, even though it's completely normal. Like imagine walking into the most normal house. There's like photos of like rocks and like trees. He has like a family and their names are like Dave, Bob, and Alan. I don't know any girls' names. Mary, you know what I'm saying? Everything is just eerily normal. It's like too normal. So normal that it's like crazy levels of normal. It's like oh, the normal numbers, they're off the charts. This is like the worst step. Like the most boring, zero interesting. But like just the fact that it's the most boring is kind of interesting. You have to admit it. Like if you look at normativity or just like things being common as like a competition, the most common thing is uncommon. And it like doesn't make any sense because that means there can never be a most common thing. Because as soon as there is a most common thing, that will be uncommon and it will no longer be the most common. So I don't really know what's going on there, but that's something. I want to meet this man, the most normal person. It's like got for you guys today. If you're the most normal person, please reach out to me. I want to meet you and I want to learn from you. I want to study you.